Dorks. It is the Turtle Dork back with a new movie review. So, outside of Avengers Infinity War, this may have been the most anticipated and most hyped movie of the summer, possibly of the year. Yes, that is Mission Impossible Fallout. Tom Cruise is back, and this movie, I believe, definitely lives up to the hype. I do like Rogue Nation slightly better, but I'm not going to sit here and compare and contrast these two films, but let's kind of get into some of the things that I did enjoy about this movie. I mean, you can't talk about this movie without talking about the action set pieces and some of the stunt work that's being done in this film. Of course, we know Tom Cruise is a madman, and the way Christopher McQuarrie stages a lot of these action set pieces is absolutely remarkable. I put him a little blurb on Letterboxd that I feel like Tom Cruise is the modern day Jackie Chan, and he puts that on display in this film. And like I said before, with Christopher McQuarrie, the way that these are staged, you see as an audience member, it's different when you watch a film that you know is green screen, or when you see the edits and you see the cuts. But McQuarrie lets the camera stay on Cruise in some of these kind of death-defying moments and sequences when you know, like, they want you to know this is him jumping from building to building. This is him falling off of a helicopter or riding off of the side of a helicopter. This is him jumping out of an airplane. Like, it's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. And speaking to that, when you talk about the fight sequence in that bathroom, watching that fight sequence and the way that was choreographed, it's something that I wish that a lot more directors, especially over in Hollywood, would kind of take note of, because there's a certain way that you can move the camera and cut between fight moves to make it look more fluid and make the sequence look a lot better. And I don't know, McQuarrie, I think, has really kind of stepped his game up in that department. And something else that I really enjoyed about the film was how we explore a little bit more of the character relationships in this movie. I do believe that throughout the Mission Impossible franchise that we do learn a little bit more about Ethan Hunt, and as we've gotten into these later films, we've gotten to learn a little bit more about his team, whether it be Benji or Luther, played by Simon Pegg, and Ving Rhames. We get to learn a little bit more about their characters throughout these last few films, but now I think we're in this film, it really gets into the dynamics of their relationship and what these relationships mean to Ethan Hunt. Of course, in every film, when you're dealing with the plot, and you see this in every Mission Impossible movie, that it always deals with some type of MacGuffin. In this one, we have the same thing. So that device, that trope really never changes in this film. But the thing that I liked about this one is the circumstances upon how that happens, and the fact that what Ethan Hunt does to basically save his friends at the sacrifice of possibly the rest of the world, at the detriment or the threat of the rest of the world, to save the people that's closest to him. And of course that just kind of leads you into this whole narrative where now they have to try to, get the MacGuffin back and everything like that. So I don't know, I enjoyed that aspect of the film. And speaking to that, bringing Michelle Monaghan's character back from the third film, I mean, she had a slight little cameo at the end of the fourth movie, but kind of tying that story up, and really that being the crux of the emotionality of the story, I found that to be really impactful in the third act of the film. So I guess after one view of the film, watching the movie, the only real criticism that I can think of, a couple, but again, some of these could be nitpick, but one, and I'm kind of hesitant to say this because I don't want to spoil anything, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but when you're dealing with the villain, and there's a lot of twists and turns in this movie, I'll just say that I don't think the reveal and the twist was that unexpected. You can kind of, it was kind of telegraphed, and you can kind of foreshadow a little bit of it, and I'll just kind of leave it at that. Outside of just the action sequences, it kind of feels a little bit like there's no strong through line narratively for the film, and it just feels like we're just kind of jumping from action set piece to action set piece to action set piece. And as thrilling and as amazing as they are, and this movie is so much fun and so suspenseful and so thrilling to watch, part of me kind of wishes that the actual story and the plot was a little bit tighter for this film. But again, like I said, that's something I would have to see again, and I could change on that. But comparing it to Rogue Nation, I thought Rogue Nation had a much, much stronger story overall. But yeah, I still think this, I highly, highly recommend this film. This is, you are going to have a lot of fun, and just watching Tom Cruise do half the shit that he is doing in this movie, it's going to be a delight, an absolute delight. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Mission Impossible Fallout. If you've seen the film, let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. Go ahead, rate, like, subscribe, and share, and go ahead and check out my other dorks at Mouth Dork, at the Disco Dork, and at Sidewalk Siren. And as for me, I am the Turtle Dork, and with that, your boy is out.